Onde tem multishow na tela ao vivo em todo lugar.
Pra você não perder nada, vem comigo, deixa levar.
Chega pra cá, arrasta o sofá, que o show vai começar.
Onde tem multishow,
pra ouvir sem te dedicar.
Onde tem multishow,
é onde a gente se diverte.
Onde tem multishow,
é nós que faz e acontece.
Onde tem multishow.
Enquanto você escuta seu podcast favorito, que tal dar uma olhada nos looks da Riachuelo para as festas de fim de ano? Brilhos, transparências, vestidos, conjuntos, temos tudo para todos os eventos. Aqui, toda festa começa com look.
Miami, 1991. Um jovem, um estudante colegial, com desejos sanguinários, pronto pra matar. E o nome dele? Dexter. Ele está de volta, também no tempo. A história onde tudo começou. Dexter, Pecado Original. A nova série do Paramount Plus, com Sarah Michelle Gellar, Patrick Dempsey e Molly Brown. Além do próprio Michael C. Hall como narrador. Você vai morrer se perder. Clique no banner e saiba mais.
Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. Robin, what can you describe maybe, I guess, oh god, this may be a loaded question, but how you felt the first time you watched this film?
I have had this in mind in advance of talking about this. My experience with I Saw the TV Glow was interesting because I was already a firm fan of We're All Going to the World's Fair, which is Jane Schoenbrun's previous film. And I'd seen that a couple of times before now, and I should state the context. I live in the UK. And that presents an interesting thing about I Saw the TV Glow, because that infamously, originally we weren't going to be getting it.
Oh.
It originally wasn't going to be here. There was no set distribution deal or anything. The distributor that it finally got was just holding on to it. And then it got released in cinemas.
Okay.
And was an immediate hit.
Oh, like box office wise or critically and commercially? Okay.
Both. Although that's interesting as well. We will get onto that.
Mm-hmm.
But the really, really interesting thing is, obviously, I've had years worth of hype to this. I go into the cinema, I sit down, I watch it, and about 30 minutes in or so, my brain stopped functioning.
Oh. In a good way?
It's in a way which I think is good, but I realised that there was a certain point where it was hitting me really, really hard, and then everything kind of goes flat. And that's not the film. I was thinking, after I'd seen it, I love this. But my brain stopped me from processing it. And I think that's interesting. And over the next week or so, it gradually hit me. I have said many times that processing this film was like processing grief. It is genuinely, it did that much, and I rewatched it, weirdly enough, for another podcast, which was an episode of Pop Screen for The Geek Show. Shout out to Graham Williamson. And I rewatched it, and it solidified in my brain, damn, this is a masterpiece. And I love it so much.
I'm not necessarily surprised to hear that, because I do feel like I'm on the outside looking in with this one, because I've seen, again, so much similar praise. And Ari, you're kind of the same. I remember you, I was planning on watching this, but it wasn't right at the top of my list for this year. And you pushed me into this because you loved it so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually saw this. I graduated. I got to do my ceremony for my doctoral program this year, finally, after finishing my degree last year. And after a day of graduating and family time and being around all the people, I wanted to take myself to a movie. So I went by myself to see this at our the local draft house in Austin that we used to go to so frequently on South Lamar. And in there, I probably the last 30 minutes onward, I just bawled and I couldn't stop crying. And the people like 2 seats down from me were just like staring at me. And like, it was like the waiter kept coming and like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm good. Just bring the next drink. I'm good.
This might be the plot of I Saw the TV Glow.
Seriously, it was, I know, I'm sure we're going to jump into this and chat more about like what hit, but I guess for me, just given a lot of the work that I do professionally outside of film coverage and the horror community, I work a lot with trans and non-binary youth, and there was just so much in the film that I've heard people share and sentiments and struggles that just really hit so hard, and I knew that I'd probably be walking into something that was going to affect me emotionally, but I really didn't expect it. Robin, like you said, like there was a part of me that like it just sat with me for days after, and I was really excited to show it to other people once that became possible, because I really think it's a film that is kind of magical, and it's just gorgeous, and it's in a way that I really appreciate the authenticity, in that it's very melancholy. There's a lot of darkness here, and I think that that's part of the authenticity of the film, kind of showcasing different sides of things. So, I'm just really excited to chat about this. I genuinely am so moved by this film, and I feel very lucky to be able to chat about it with you all and with Robin this week.